This life can really be a mind fuck, and sometimes it really feels like people are fucking with you. Well, not people, but reality itself is fucking with you. I'll give you an example. Here's another half truth of another half truth here. You'll be listening, and somebody might be telling you to not be codependent, and you might be sitting up there arguing with somebody, either telling them why you were codependent to begin with, or why you stopped being codependent, or why you're not being codependent. So then you're in this tug of war about codependency. But then it turns out that somebody will tell you to be dependent on maybe your ancestors, or to be codependent on God, right? They'll say, just let it go. Put it in God's hand. Well, ain't that being codependent? So all your life as a man, and see, this is very hard for a man to do specifically. Because as a man, if you're a man, you're a born fighter. You're born to fight. You're born to struggle. It's very difficult for a man to be codependent, especially on something he can't see, especially when he's been lied to all his life. And then all of a sudden, and next thing you know, somebody's talking about, don't be codependent. And so then you raise yourself to the big, strong man that you are, because you want to be dependent on yourself. You want to be independent. And next thing you know, somebody coming around telling you to be codependent on something again. You see what I mean? This is why it's hard for a lot of people to let go, because the reality itself seems like one big mind fuck. And keep in mind, guys, when I speak, I'm speaking for the collective whole of what people go through. Now, I'm not talking about myself. Okay, I'm not talking about myself. There's a lot of half-truths out there, man. It reminds you of that black woman that say, I don't need no man. I'm independent. No, you ain't. Ain't no such thing as no independent woman. Stop lying to yourself. Just the way this world is designed, women cannot be independent. Now, maybe once upon a time they could, but this reality they can't. We're not saying whether women can really survive without men or have children without men. We know all the stories of women having children by the son without no man. We know all that. We're just talking about this current reality right now. Oh, there's no such thing as an independent woman. Stop it. See? It's nice to believe that you can be independent, though. I mean, I can imagine if you're a strong woman out there, it's nice to be delusional that you can be independent. Sure. I told y'all the other day, I said it's nice to be delusional sometimes. Whatever gets you through your day, right? Now, with me, I'm not codependent. I don't consider myself codependent. Especially around the time when I moved to Las Vegas and I started trying to live a life outside of these people, I was trying to be independent. See? But somebody didn't want that. Somebody was trying to stop that at all costs for some strange reason, right? But still felt good for me to come on here and tell you guys that I really tried to be independent. Now, somebody comes around and says, it's time for you to be codependent again. Codependent on who? God, your angels, your ancestors. But it's not like it's a big deal or anything, especially since, I have made contact and I have seen proof with my own eyes. It's not such a big deal anymore. But I'm just speaking like, in its entirety, life can really feel like a big mind fuck, man. See? Don't be codependent. Well, you got to be codependent on somebody. You can't do it because, guys, if I could do it by myself, let me tell you, I would, right? So I don't have to listen to none of you motherfuckers on YouTube. So I don't have to keep dealing with whatever I'm dealing with. If I was independent, obviously I wouldn't be dealing with this mess now, would I? So you got to be codependent on something. See, that's why, I mean, you got to be really careful, man, when you use these words, man, because it can really trigger somebody. Again, when you feel like, you're being fucked with, your mind is being fucked with. You see, a lot of people, most people do not like to be fucked with. There are a lot of things we have to establish as concrete facts in our life just to survive. Sometimes you have to be delusional just to survive. Right? Real talk. Sometimes you gotta be delusional just to fucking survive whatever reality you're living in. And then at the end of it all, somebody's telling you to be codependent over something you can't see. But then again, we breathe oxygen, right? So why not be codependent over something you can't see? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I just want to come in here and tell y'all, man, it's these half truths, man. It's these half truths. That's once again going to the Hermetic text. This is where half truths come from. I believe it's the law of correspondence or the law of polarity from the Hermetic text. Don't quote me. It's there. That's why I talk about it. These half truths, not the half truths that the enemy is lying about. I'm not talking about those kind of half truths. I'm talking about the half truths of reality. Whatever your reality is, there are half truths. Kind of like somebody can say I'm a good guy, right? But then somebody can say I'm a bad guy. It just depends on whatever perspective somebody is seeing me from, right? So you got these half truths out there. But yeah, that whole codependent, independent thing, yeah, people, we love to believe, we all wish we can just do it ourselves, man. It really sucks sometimes to have to depend on someone or something else. That shit fucking sucks. It really, I mean, I'm gonna tell you straight up, I hate that shit, man. I wish I can just do it by myself. It's like, because I do such a good job when I get things, when I work alone. I do so good when I work alone, guys. But what I have to learn, or what I've had to learn, is that not to let that get out of control. You can't let that reality take over your reality. Okay. It sucks when somebody else might know something that you don't know. You know what I mean? That sucks too. There's a lot of movies about that. I mean, I can imagine, let's say I was a guardian angel and I was sent to tell somebody some things that could improve their life or move them up to the next level that they need to be at, right? It reminds me of an old movie called The Heavenly Kid, one of my favorite movies from the 80s, called The Heavenly Kid. This guardian angel, he had an assignment to, help this young man. And it must be really hard when you're dealing with a mind of this world. Your average person out here has just been trying to survive, man. That's it. And then somebody comes along and then, they're supposed to just believe what you say. It doesn't work like that. You see, it doesn't work like that based on what they've been through. And I guess that's why we have such a forgiving God. You got to be understanding. Your mind, man, your mind can only deal with so much. This fragile mind, it only can handle so much stuff. Okay? Before it feels like you're losing your mind, right? So, yeah, I just wanted to come here and tell y'all that, man. It's just, another one of these half truths, man. The whole notion of codependency is just another half truth.